you know, I might just walk up now, feeling brave. I might just walk up and see how close I can get without running into trouble. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Omega, okay? Now this occasion, I'm talking about how I'm beginning to think, I'm beginning to feel that Thailand isn't for me. It's not for me. I love living here, I do. And despite what a lot of people think by the videos I make, a lot of people they do think that I'm negative and this channel by default is a negative channel. It's not negative. It's an honest channel about, I talk about my experiences. I talk about my interaction with Thai people. And if that comes across as negative, it's because what I'm talking about has probably some degree of negativity in it, in the subject. But it's not because I've got a desire to be negative. To get to the point of this video, it's a Saturday afternoon. And it's as humid as you can get. It's stifling hot. I'm in Pontoutini, which I'm destined to retire to with my wife in the next few years. We're spending the majority of our time here now almost. And while Bangkok is noisy and dirty, as most big cities are, that's not being negative, it's just a fact. It's my home, and it has been my home for the past 12 years. And our visits here are becoming more regular and for longer periods of time. But one of the problems of living here is the rainy season is coming early, and regardless of whether it is or not, it pissed out the heavens today, and it was pissing out the heavens the other day back in Bangkok. And there's puddles on the ground. It's humid as hell. It's depressing. It is, for me, it's depressing. And this is why I say that maybe Thailand isn't for me, maybe Thailand isn't for you. If most guys admit, if guys were honest, would they really say with their hand on their heart that they did the right thing in moving to Thailand? We just spent the day with her family. This is the very end of Songkran, and we came up here because one of her cousins was having a do. He has it every year at Songkran. And her whole family arrived here. And I've often said it, I feel such a distance between me and them. It's because of the culture, it's because of the language. And you see, you've got to ask yourself, how could you possibly expect to feel that you want to spend the rest of your time in a place that is so culturally different and the language is on a different planet to what you're used to? I am, and I'm committed to ending my days here. You see, again, a lot of fellas say I contradict myself. I'm not contradicting myself. Just listen to what I'm saying. If you think it's contradictory, just listen to this. I love living here, but I do find that it's not necessarily the happiest place for me to be. And having said that, I have commitments. I'm married. I've got a beautiful wife and a beautiful son who I love dearly. And her family, who I go on about as being ignorant. They're not ignorant. They behave ignorant. They come across as being ignorant to me in their behaviour towards me. But it doesn't mean they're ignorant. But despite all that, I love the whole setup. But I do realise that Thailand is not for me. But I'm staying here because the alternative is worse. It would be out of the frying pan into the fire. I haven't even mentioned the xenophobia. Thailand is probably one of the most xenophobic countries in the world. And again, that's not being negative. That's a fact. It is a xenophobic country. Every taxi driver in Bangkok is a Thai. Every McDonald's worker in Thailand is a Thai. And I know you're going to go on about the fact that there's people who are from the ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the ASEAN community, like people from Myanmar and stuff like that, that do work in say, blue-collar jobs in Thailand. Yes, they do, but we don't. We don't. So we're excluded from that. And that exclusion gets to you. I'm not going to talk about the definitive present perfect tense and say it has gotten to me. It got to me. But I'm able to work through this living on the periphery of society. And if you're lucky to be married to a Thai woman, and if you are married to a Thai woman, then you're married to her family, as you know. If you're lucky enough to be part of that family and taken into the bosom of that family and included in every single family event like I am, but I'm included and excluded at the same time because I'm not fucking Thai. If I wasn't in the situation I am now, feeling the way I am now, I wouldn't stay in Thailand. That's simple. We're coming into the rainy season. And when I say in the situation I am, I'm married with my wife and son, and I'm committed to that. We're coming into the rainy season, and when I say it's my least favourite aspect of life in Thailand, it's an understatement. It's 5 months of extreme humidity and monsoon rain, and it's bloody depressing. But you see, I've seen and I've lived in Ireland and I've worked in Irish towns in the middle of nowhere. And by the way, I'm going to say this now. I am fed up being called British and people referring to me as coming from the UK. Have a look at this. Ireland is a republic. It's a sovereign republic, a member of the United Nations. It has nothing to do with the United Kingdom or Britain. I just have to say that. But I'm just saying anyway, that's out of the way. Because it does piss me off when people say that, refer to me as being from the UK. I'm not from the UK. I have worked in many country towns in Ireland in the past. And I've lived there, and small towns, populations of about 5 to 10,000 people. And waking up on a day off, I used to work in retail, and my days off would be a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Tuesday. And if you're in a small Irish country town and you're 22 years old on a limited income, because that's what I was on, in the middle of winter, and you wake up, what are you going to do? You're staying in digs. That's what we used to do back then. Staying in fucking digs in the middle of winter, and you go for a walk because even if you had money, even there'd be nothing to do. There was I remember I was in a town, there wasn't even a bloody cinema in the place. So I know how bad it can be in my own home country. And I've often said it, that a bad day in Thailand beats a good day in Ireland. That's a bit of an exaggeration, of course it is. But a bad day in Thailand beats a bad day in Ireland. That's for damn sure. For damn sure. Even though it's wet and miserable. I feel it is wet and miserable today. It's still warm. It's roasting. It's absolutely roasting. So you don't have that feeling of desperation, depression. But there's lots of fellas in Thailand that suffer from depression, and there's lots of fellas watching this video that have suffered from depression in Thailand, and probably still are suffering, and still can relate to some of the things I'm saying about Thailand not being the place for you. One of the ways there they are again, the dogs. One of the ways I deal with my mental well-being and to maintain my mental well-being is to take exercise, go for walks. But one of the problems with being here are those bloody dogs. And I've said it a million times. I'd love just to go for a wander now. It's a humid evening. It's just gone 5:10. It's a humid evening. We've got about an hour and a half of daylight left. I'd love to go, and the sun isn't shining in the sea, so therefore you can get it. It's humid, but it's not roasting, toasting, burning hot, if you know what I mean. I'd love to go for a walk. But that individual up there, he's ready. He's waiting to take a chunk out of me. And that's another aspect of, is Thailand for you? Because believe it or not, wherever you go in Thailand, you're going to encounter street dogs. And those street dogs rule the roost. Because the owners of those dogs are related to my wife. And I've asked her, why doesn't she talk to those guys, the owners? They're her cousins. And she says, you can't, it's their dogs. Even though they prevent people from walking up there. As I said it before in my last video, there's an Italian guy lives next door. He was bitten by that dog. Do you know, I might just take a walk up there now and chance me arm, just to show you how bad it can get. And if the dog makes a go for me, I'll have a go with him. I'll sacrifice my microphone, give him a clock across the head. Now, we're about 100 metres closer, would it be? Maybe, give or take. He's not moving away from his territory, you see. But you see, he's standing there. Now, you see, there's a Thai person walking down here now, I think. Don't know, yeah, there's someone, a Thai person. He won't go near the Thai person. It's only the Farang. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, being on the periphery. You really do feel like an outsider all the time. The Thai person, whoever they are, they're after moving off. But he's standing his ground in the middle of the road there. If I want to go to 7-Eleven to buy something, I've got to drive. I can't walk. It's like being held. It's like being held prisoner. It really fucking is. It's times like this where you think, is Thailand really for me? I wonder, is India like this? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's worse. I'm going to try and make friends with him. See how that goes. There's probably more in there. See, what will happen is, I'm passing other houses with dogs, so I'm concentrating on him. One could come up behind me. There's dogs that live in there as well. He's after going into his place there. Maybe he's going in looking for reinforcements. Hang on. So this is as far as I've come in a long time. I'm about 20. There he is there. Look, he's back out again. I haven't got the guts. Well, I have got the guts. My wife has an electric tricycle, and when she goes to 7-Eleven, she brings a golf club. So for that reason, and she's Thai. Imagine that. Imagine the owner being so bloody selfish, knowing that the dog is on the street and barking there. Do you think he'd come out and see why? Wonder why? Oh, your man can't go to the shop. I'll take him in. Sorry about that, pal. No way. He's standing in the middle of the bloody road. Here, there's another one. Anyway. Now you see. This is what I mean. Is Thailand for you? Could you handle this? I mean, if you live in Pattaya, it's a different story, because Pattaya is not Thailand. And I said that a million times. Pattaya is an illusion. And if you live in Sukhumvit, that's not really Thailand. That's also an illusion, because that caters for Western tastes. There's no Western taste being catered for here. The only Western taste that will be catered for is his taste and take a chunk out of you. Anyway, lads, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is from the heart. I'm being honest with you, saying that I don't really think Thailand is for me. But at this stage in my life, I've got little other choice. And because of the fact that I'm married with a child, I'm committed. That's what I got. I'm committed. Now watch this, by the way, watch this. He's Thai. He's going slow. And here's someone with a kid. Look, he gets out of the way of the Thai guy. Do you think he get out of my way? There's two dogs there now. just showing their interest in me. And you're probably saying it's because I have a camera on a tripod. Maybe that's what it is. My God, I thought you'd make a run for me there. Anyway, guys, lads, I'm going to make a run for it now. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, the like button, the share button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring back another wonderful video very soon. I'm committed to staying here. I am, because I ultimately love living here, but sometimes it can get to you. It really can. And today is one of those days. Anyway, see you again soon, lads. Thanks for joining me.